Whoa, hold on now. Before we get into this review video, I do have to tell you that this does contain some story spoilers for Resident Evil 3. Now that I've given you this warning, enjoy the video. Howdy everyone, welcome back to another PGN/Level Check Studios video. Today, we'll be talking about Resident Evil 3, with the main question, is it worth playing in 2026? Is this a game that you want to put your time into? The short answer, in my opinion, is yes, if you enjoy action horror and not being that scared, other than maybe a couple of times an enemy might jump out at you. And now, for the long answer. Resident Evil 3, a game released April 3rd of 2020 for the remake. Granted, with like 5.3 hours playtime and recommending the game for those who enjoy action horror, the game does have some fairly mixed reviews. Reviews such as people saying to wait for a sale, that they dislike the fact it's a shortened story but the gameplay and dodging system is a good addition, and more evidencing, that it is not worth the money. Even mentioning about some entire sections from the original being entirely removed in the remake, making it be more of just an action game rather than what the original was to be. Granted, with all this information, I say again that I did like the game, though I did not play the original. I would also like to note the fact that within Resident Evil 3, you can always be questioning whether an enemy is actually dead. Due to the placement of some enemies, you can maybe obviously tell. But your choice is, do you want to shoot the body from afar, or do you want to try and get up close to knife them to check if they're dead? Granted, if you do try to knife them, and it turns out they're alive, you can just as easily die by them grabbing your leg. Now I'll bring us again to the boss sections, when you actually fight the main antagonist, Nemesis, the bioweapon that I mentioned. Phase 1 was fairly simplistic, wasn't necessarily a boss fight as much as it is a sort of useless fight, in my opinion. But Phase 2 is where you start getting to some bits of what is going on, why is this happening, as you see Nemesis start to mutate. The first mutation for Phase 2 is when Nemesis falls in water after being on fire and then turns into some crawly beast. Now, during that fight, Nemesis can start running along the walls, and every now and then pouncing on you to try and attack and kill you. So if you're not looking to the sky, you're probably gonna die. That's words I like to live by. Anyway, regardless of Phase 2, you can only really get through that in maybe 5 to 10 minutes based on how good your aim is or how much ammo you have for the section. Later down the line, aka the end of the game, is when you get Nemesis in Phase 3, a giant monster with some fucking tentacle things or something like that. Regardless of that, though, after you defeat him, you get 1 or 2 more cutscenes till the end of the game. Like I said, it is only about the 5 hours of playtime. But to answer your question for the long answer, is this game worth it in 2026 or more? If you was to ask me, I'd say yes. If you was to ask anyone else, they'd say to get it on sale. Regardless of that, let's have a watch of this.
You have to. There's no other way.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Will you be getting Resident Evil 3 to play thanks to this video? If not, that's alright. I've given you my words, and the rest is entirely up to you. But please do leave a comment if you have any games you want us to try, to give a review for other people to maybe give a go at. It can be your favourite game or just a missed out gem. And with that, this is Phoenix, flying off and signing out. Later! Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe to Level Check Studios channel if you want to see more review videos.